Alright, so first of all, this is like, for example, a, you know those like horror analog videos? This is kind of like an entry to that. And like, um, it says, "Welcome to Inspectia, where inspection is a specialty." Well, kind of, but you get the point. Today, you will meet the inspector, basically the founder of Inspectia. His name is Sheepigle. And what it means by that, like, this is when the previous um owner of Inspectia was like gone, and they had to replace him. And this is where like Sheepigle, which is basically me, I take over. But 40 years ago in 1977, Subject 1376 built a gray-colored house, along with a tall office building. Other subjects were interested, and the founders of Inspectia enjoyed the buildings. A few days later, the founders hired Subject 1376 as an official builder. He was motivated to build another home, bigger than the last, located near the city. More subjects attended this exhibition of builds, and the founders realized that 1376 had potential. They promoted him to be a head administrator. Head administrator. 1376 was now called Inspect. For his motivation, inspiration, and creativity, Inspect decided to open a beach in front of the second home so visitors could enjoy the state. 2 years later, he built a more detailed home for him and his friends. Founders loved the way the home was built, so they promoted him once again. He was then a third-ranked inspector. Inspect appreciated the fame and the promotions and, well, everything. He didn't expect any of this to happen. All he was doing was, well, releasing his creativity. But in 2003, he stopped. His last build was a giant statue of the three inspectors, Kevingta, Boris V, and, of course, him. Everyone in Inspectia was very confused because Inspect was always building. He built at least 3 things every year, and this year he only built one. On December 3rd, 2009, Subtown, Inspectia, at 5:23 p.m., something fell from the sky. Something strange. Boris V had decided to check it out. While Kevingta waited and waited and waited, Boris V had never returned. Kevingta rushed angrily outside to find what Boris V was doing, but he was not there. Kevingta checked the office, nothing. The secret entrance, nothing. The basement, nothing. The house, nothing. He had 2 options. Check Chip's room, which was locked, or walk towards the strange thing. He picked option 1. He teleported upstairs and knocked on Chip's door. It opened. Nothing. Not even Chip. When he looked back, he saw something. Something that somewhat looked like Chip, but was not. A corrupted version of him. Kevington was grabbed and teleported to a strange place. This is like redacted stuff where like you don't know what time it is, you don't know what date it is, you don't know what year it is, and you don't know where you are at an unknown time. Boris V was woken up by someone. It was Kevington. They seemed to be in a strange building. Lights on the ceiling were buzzing, dark cyan wooden floors, concrete walls, etc. They thought about Inspect. They thought he built it. They thought it was safe to roam. Kevington walked towards a table inside of the left wall. A lantern was hanging off one of the wires. Kevington was confused by this and explored more. He saw a room that looked somewhat like an office. He walked in it to find an L-shaped desk and a pair of utility drawers. He opened the bottom drawer of the first utility set, nothing. Second utility set, nothing. But in the middle drawer of the second utility set, there was something. A crumpled up paper. Kevington grabbed it and uncrumpled it. He saw a large piece of text on it. It read, the note, 40 years ago, Inspect offices were built. 8 people lived in one house, located next to the office building. The owner of the office building lived in that house as well. They were located near a city called Inspectia. Now, The office building was burnt down and the house was left abandoned. 3 people died, Kenneth, Boris, and Noob. 3 made it out alive. Lucky, the owner, which was Seek, and Chip. Seek unfortunately died of a heart attack the day after. Continuation. This confused Kevington. The building was never burnt down, and the house was never abandoned. Boris V was standing behind Kevington, listening to Kevington's reading of the note. Boris V thought something. Could we be in the future? Could we be dead? That thought was horrible. He didn't want to think about it again. They thought they got there in 2009 and built the buildings in 1977. If you do the math correctly, 1977 plus 40 is 2017. The year Boris V and Kevington are currently in is 2017. Something happened in 2017. Millions of people were killed that year. Millions of guests. Guests were a symbol of the world of building. That world, it was Roblox. Did I cook?
You did. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Yippee!
Subscribe.